Mind Aurelio?
Yeah. So it's been a long time. Obviously, I think I added it up. It's hundreds of days since you last played in a real game.
Yes.
How has it been to be patient through all that time?
It's definitely been tough. I mean, like you said, it's hundreds of days, and basketball is a sport where there's really nothing that compares to an actual game. So it's been definitely a waiting game, but it's been a blessing. I mean, being around these people makes it a lot easier. This team is wonderful. The coaching staff here, everyone's made those days a lot easier. So it's been a good time, but safe to say I'm very excited to actually play again.
Just to get clarified, you had ACL surgery
In high school.
before your senior year on your which knee?
Right.
Right knee.
Yeah.
And then the summer of 2023, you had what?
I had like a cartilage repair type of surgery.
On the same knee.
On the same knee, yeah. Which
Okay.
Yeah.
Your knee? Okay. And you said that was your right knee?
Yeah.
And your right-handed, left knee?
Right-handed.
Okay, so you're planting. Okay.
So could you have played the last few weeks? Were you 100% last season?
That was, I think, because of understanding that I was already going to redshirt. We used time as something on our side. So that was never really even a thought. I don't really know what would have had to happen for that to be possible.
So were you practicing with the team on the last month of the season?
I was doing a little bit at that point, but the thought of like playing an actual game was, I think, a little bit. That was not something that was possible at that yet.
So you played. You can't, I guess, talk about it. You had a scrimmage.
Yeah.
How did that feel to get back and play somebody else?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's been, like you said, a long time coming. So to actually play against people that weren't in the same jersey as me or our practice boys, it was really fun.
It was the first time since the state championship game.
Yeah.
Is that mind-boggling?
Yeah, it was actually crazy. Before the game, I mean, I feel like when you're practicing and everything, you kind of forget that it's been so long since you were technically normal. So that day, there was a lot of emotions, but good emotions.
You redshirted alongside Laila last year.
Yes.
Did you guys have that kind of, you going through this together, and like what was that experience like with each other and talking about it?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, me and Laila are roommates. She was the first person I talked to before coming on campus, just the person that was in my class. So we've kind of been on this journey together, and it was really nice to have someone by my side, have someone to get through it, have someone who also understands what you're going through. Not a lot of people get the emotions and the physical side of it, so to have someone who I could talk to back at the dorm, at practice while we're doing rehab side by side, it was a blessing.
Has everything come back for you? I mean, do you feel like you felt like junior year when you were 100%?
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good. Obviously, like I said, games, it's hard to feel that same environment. But yeah, I'm really excited to get out on the court and just show everyone the improvements in different parts of my game that I've gotten to work on in this time. And also just hopefully everyone thinks I'm back to where I was. I feel like I am, so.
And remind people who know about you, you're truly a stretch four.
Yeah.
Tell me about your game.
A little bit of everything. Like I feel like I've talked about a lot in interviews, I was a point guard growing up, so some skills from that part of my career definitely peeked through just a little bit. Definitely not going to be a point guard. You guys will not see me running the point this year, obviously. But I think some bits and pieces of the different positions that I've played over time peeked through. But here, basically a stretch four. Yeah.
And is the perimeter game coming back for you?
Is the what?
The perimeter shooting, is that?
Yeah. That's been something that thankfully time helps with. So having all this time off allowed me to work on my shot, work on the perimeter game. So it's been a lot of fun to see that come through in my game again.
Ciera, was it difficult to maybe just trust yourself again on the court, to get over that mental block of I'm not restricted at all, I can just go hoop?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big difference. Obviously in high school you don't have as many people watching after you. Like, we have a great training staff and everything here, but with that comes a lot of eyes. So there were certain days where I was able to go to them and be like, I'm feeling this or I'm feeling this, and then we take a few steps back. But thankfully, through all those days, they helped me put myself in a position where I am able to feel really confident in my body again, really confident in everything that I'm doing, not give that second thought that comes with any recovery you do. So yeah, it was really nice to.
Ciera, So you have the ability to play against one of the best power forwards in the ACC with Alyssa Espy. Obviously, this is her last year, and you kind of are her successor in a way. How is it going to be playing with her in that last year and not being able to actually be out on the court beside her, and then also transitioning to that role in the next year?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a blessing. Alyssa, on and off the court, is a wonderful person. She's a wonderful player. So to get to battle with her every day is something that obviously sometimes you're like, wow, she's so good. Like, this is hard. But I think down the line, it'll be something that I always am so grateful for. Just battling the post, even when we're competing, constantly going up to her like, what are you seeing like that I'm doing? And she right away knows exactly how to help me in that specific situation. So to actually get to the point of games now where I can support her and not constantly be the one going against her, so excited, and to learn from her and all the stuff she's taught me to show that as I get onto the court. I'm really excited, and as I guess all the knowledge she's passing on to me, I hope that just peeks through, and I'm able to become as good of, or even as half a good a player that she is. She's wonderful. So.
What are some specific things that she's taught to you this summer or so forth?
I feel like everyone who watches Alyssa Espy play can tell that she's the hardest working person ever. So that's something that has really grown me as a player, as a person. I mean, she takes that into all aspects of her life: school, relationships, basketball. So I would say hard work is the biggest thing, because no matter if her shots are going in or what that day, like, she's always working so hard. And to see someone else be able to do that every day, it really motivates you to want to do it, especially when that person is someone who you're going against every day. So I feel like that is a big one. And also just support to the people around her. Like, I obviously receive a lot of support because we're going against each other every day, and she sees that it's hard, and she was in my position at one point. So yeah, she's just a great teammate. She's honestly, I could see coaching in her future because the way that she explains things to me is great. But yeah, just an overall great person.
You mentioned Laila. Who else has been really helpful to you, either among the staff or among the players in your recovery?
Yeah, I would say for a coach, Coach Joe, she's like a mom. We always say that she's the team mom, which sometimes can be a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously, moms can be tough when they need to, but I know every day if something's going on, I can go and talk to her, and she's going to help me. So definitely.
Any other players that were especially helpful to you?
I mean, Sid Barker. She's here every day bringing a positive energy, and I feel like there's times where you get to practice and you're just having a long day, you're a little bit tired, and Sid is always bringing that energy, always motivating you to do well in practice. And it was the same for me when I wasn't in practice off the court, and she was down the hall. We weren't roommates, but she was always there if I needed to call someone or something, so I'd definitely say her.
Any aspects you've added to your game since your high school career?
I feel like I've definitely worked on low post and posting up a little bit more than I ever had to. Obviously, with being 6'4", you don't see many people that are that height at the high school level, so you don't really need to focus on the specifics of footwork or anything. So I would say I've spent time sharpening that aspect of my game.
And the team is very different from the one you watched last season with Blanca coming in. How different is the front court dynamic than last year?
I mean, it's a little bit hard to comment on that because I wasn't technically out there.
Right.
But it's been a lot of fun this year. I love playing with Blanca. We get a lot of reps together, so I think it's going to be fun. I also think it's going to be different, like you mentioned.
Been golfing much lately?
Trying. I really haven't. I went like a couple weeks ago, but besides that, had a lack of time, sadly.
Yeah, but no scooter rides, right?
No scooter rides, no. None of that.
How often do you think you're going to be, you mentioned kind of improving your low post game, down there kind of battling the post versus being out on the perimeter?
I think it'll depend on who we're playing.
Yeah.
Obviously, if we're playing a team that has a smaller four or something like that, where I feel like I really have an advantage when I do get in the post. Like I talked about, that's something that's growing and I'm working on every day. So it's not where it needs to be just yet to bang in with like a Maria or a Blanca, but I think games where we feel that there's an advantage when I will be at the low block, I'll probably spend a lot more time in there. But otherwise, I think I'll be doing a lot of both. So.
I think it means...
Getting going here. How does it feel to finally get the college career going? How's preseason drills going and everything?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It was definitely an adjustment over the summer, but the coaches and the team have done a really good job in helping me ease into it as smoothly as I can.
And what I've heard, I haven't seen you play other than highlights, but maybe old school center, back to the basket more. Is that true? And can you explain your game to somebody who hasn't seen you play?
Yeah, I definitely say I can be a back-to-basket big, but I also tend to be able to face up pretty well, and I have a good shot. So I like to stretch the floor, and I feel like a lot of true fives don't stretch the floor as often. So being able to do that has allowed me a lot of different opportunities here.
So do you have the green light from beyond the arc?
If I'm open, I would say yes, but I'm not going to be taking any contested threes or anything like that.
So do you expect two posts lots of times? What do you expect? I mean, you see, you got a taste of how you might play during the scrimmage. Mm-hmm. What do you expect?
Honestly, I'm usually going to be in there with a 4, which is nice because we can interchange very well. Like, you know, I'll trail and then they run the floor, or vice versa, and it works either way because we have so many different actions that I can run out of that trail spot, as well as what the 4 can run out of the trail spot, and then what I do out of the 5 and what they can do out of there.
So is it kind of motivating? I mean, you probably should have been in McDonald's team, didn't make it. You didn't make the U.S. team. Is that all motivating factor for you?
Yeah, it is. Coach Banghart was really, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. She was just like, she pushed me to go to USA because I'd been before I was committed here, and it's a great experience, but it's a lot. You know, you're with all the top players in the country, and it's kind of stressful because, you know, it's 2-a-days, like it's heavy work. So when I was committed here and I was able to go, Coach Banghart was like, you need to go and show them who you are and show them why you deserve to be invited to somewhere like that. So she was just really great in helping me, like, bring me along. And even though I didn't make it, she was like, next time if you get invited, like, you're gonna go and you're gonna do even better than you did last time.
What have you seen that you'll need to improve on your game to adapt to the college level?
Yeah, I definitely think coming from high school to college, I need to be more physical, because in high school I didn't really have to worry about girls my height and like being able to finish over someone who's 6'4", 6'3", you know, something like that. So that's definitely been an adjustment for me to try to figure out like how physical I need to be, how I'm going to finish over the basket and stuff like that.
And how's it been mixing it up with pretty large players and in practice? You didn't have to deal with that in high school.
Yeah.
How's that been?
It's been fun, honestly, because it's giving me a whole different perspective on basketball, and it's like preparing me for what I'm going to see in ACC play. So, like, I think Maria is a fantastic player, and being able to go against her every practice for the entire duration, it's challenging, but it gives me that extra level of like, okay, I know I can defend her here, she's helping me be better, and then I can go and play against another ACC team and defend their post.
So what are the brand of basketball that it seems like there's going to be a lot of spacing and a lot of high level tempo. Is that what you're expecting?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've definitely been working on my conditioning to make sure I can get up and down the floor for as long as they need me to be, and I think that was a big thing for me because I would tend to like run up and down the floor and then I'd be tired and I'd be jogging, but like you can't do that at this level. So I've really been working on trying to just make sure I can stay consistent.
But the front court, Ciera's a stretch 4. You describe yourself as a stretch 5. Mm-hmm. That seems like gives you all a lot of versatility.
Yeah, it does, and it's nice when, Ciera's and I are like relatively the same height, so whether it's like a switch or something like that, like we do a great job of like communicating that. And Ciera can defend out on the perimeter, I can step into, it's just nice having someone of the same, like, if she's stretching out and she's shooting threes and I'm in there, I'm trying to bury someone and we can work together.
Let's go back. Was Carolina always your dream school? Did you seriously consider other destinations?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, luckily, I feel like I was able to narrow my choices down pretty early on without, I didn't post anything about it, but I knew in my mind, like, Carolina was number 1, but you have to explore your options, and being from Charlotte, I knew that being close to home, you can't beat that. Your friends and family can come to your games, drive back the night of, or something like that. It was just, honestly, it was just the perfect fit for me in terms of like coaching staff and team. Like everyone was going to push me to be where I wanted to be.
And what do you think the ceiling is for this team?
The ceiling is honestly really high. We have a pretty young team, but the vets on our team do a great job of like leading us on and showing us what the culture has been like at Carolina basketball. So I think like we have a chance to be really, really good, and I believe that we will be really, really good.
And it seems like from your experience with the scrimmage, I'm guessing you guys are going to play a lot of players as well. Is that what you saw during the scrimmage?
Yeah. It definitely, sometimes you see teams like they play their 5 and maybe like 2 guys off the bench, but we did a really good job in that scrimmage of bringing in a lot of people off the bench and getting those significant minutes, like seeing how we would be in a game setting.
You played Charlotte, is that right?
Yes.
You went down there?
No, we played them here.
Oh, so that would have been like a hometown deal with the.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
It was good. It was nice to see us play against another team. After playing each other for so long, you get so used to one thing. So seeing a bunch of different players with different skills that we haven't seen before, it was nice to be able to see what that was going to be like.
And when was that?
Sorry?
When was that scrimmage?
I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
You got one more to go? Or?
Yes.
Okay. When is that one?
It's coming up this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Physically as well. She would always help me with some of my rehab. I would help her with some of the rehab.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But yeah, we've just like been in each other's corners since day one. Like she's the first person that I talked to in my class. The day I got here on campus, we went out to lunch together. That's our families. Like she's been the only person that's been with me through it all, and I'm really, really grateful for that. Just sitting on the bench with her, doing our celebrations, eating our snacks during halftime and every quarter. So yeah, she's just been my rock.
Cool. I'll let you go. Go get some water.
Sorry, I have a bit of cough.
Hey, so how difficult was it to be patient last season and wait for your time to play?
I would say it was pretty difficult. You go into your freshman year thinking you're going to do something and it doesn't work out the way that you want it to. But I'm sorry. And you watch like what happens ups and downs during the season, thinking that you can make an impact, but knowing that you physically can't. It was very hard, but I had a great support system and a lot of people that helped me through it. So I learned a lot on the journey, and I'm really grateful for it in the end. And I know that I can be better today.
It was the shoulder. What was the surgery you had?
I tore my labrum.
For right shoulder, left shoulder?
Yeah,
Right.
dominant.
So you were able to run with the team. You just couldn't shoot or anything, right?
No, I couldn't run probably until 4 months after my surgery. I couldn't practice or anything until 6 or 7 months in, so I only got like a month or so of practicing. I couldn't really do much of anything. Me and Ciera would have like separate lifts and stuff because we couldn't do as much and stuff like that. But yeah, I think we weren't like separated, but obviously we didn't get to do like what other people did.
And where did you fall? Do you call yourself a wing, a 4?
Both, a wing and a 4. I do both in practice, so it really just depends on who's in, who's not. Sometimes I'll play the 4 if Alyssa's subbed out. Sometimes I'll play the 3 if I need to. So it really depends. Oh my God. It really depends. But I think I've learned to adapt my skill set to both spots.
And reminding people who maybe haven't seen you but highlights, describe your game.
I would say my game is very versatile. I can shoot the 3. I can post up smaller guards. I can attack off the dribble. I can shoot pull-ups. Everything. I feel like I'm a very versatile player when given the right opportunities.
And it seems like a lot of players on the team can shoot 3. Maybe not Maria, but just about everybody else.
Just about everybody else, yeah.
How is that going to make it so dangerous for defenses having to respect everybody?
It's going to open up our offense a lot. Like, drivers will be able to drive because nobody's going to be able to help. Because if they kick it out, we're going to have shooters everywhere. And then obviously shooters shoot, we're going to have a lot of shot makers. It's going to be very different from last year, I feel like. we weren't that efficient scoring last year, but we have so many people that can score this year. It's just going to open up our offense entirely.
And I think you were touching on it before I came up, but you and Ciera, did you guys kind of help each other out through last year?
Yeah, Ciera was my rock, definitely. We were going through the same exact thing at the same exact time. We came in at the same exact time, so we both had expectations of our freshman year that weren't met. So having to deal with that expectation and that just loss of, not hope, but like thinking that we were going to do something and then not being able to. I think that was something that we really bonded over together. And I don't know if you would see, but me and her would really be eating snacks on the bench. We would be cheering. We'd have our celebrations. Like, we really made the most out of a tough situation, and I feel like I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anybody but her.
Almost there. So how's it been coming in a year early? Has it been easy?
It's been great. It's been challenging in all the right ways. They pushed me really, really hard on the court. It's a great group of girls. They've made my transition off the court very smooth, very easy. They've been taking care of me, making sure, I got everything down and I'm getting the student athlete college life right.
Tell me about the style of play. It seems like just about everybody, except maybe Maria, can hit the three. And it's a lot of spacing, a lot of high tempo. Tell me about how especially how it went in the scrimmage.
Yeah, of course. So we have a lot of offensive threats all around the court in every single position, which is really, really exciting. There's a lot of different people that can do a lot of really, really amazing things. So it obviously puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and it allows people to play very free and work to their strengths. We have some people that can push the pace. We have some point guards that run it a little more slow. We are very, very versatile in a lot of different lineups and a lot of different looks. So.
I mean, there are so many talented guards. Are you guys going to be shuttling in and out? Or how's that going to work?
I guess we're just going to have to see once the season starts, but I'm very, very excited just to kind of see how everything goes. We do have a lot of guards, and it's been amazing to compete with them on the court, and we're all very, very close off the court. So.
Who do you see starting at point guard, or who's starting at point guard in scrimmage?
That's a question for the coaching staff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anything surprise you about your basketball experience so far?
I would just say, I wouldn't say anything surprising. Like I said earlier, it's been challenging. I'm getting better on the court as a player. I feel like I'm developing off the court as well, like coming into the college campus a little bit younger than expected. I know that that's not something that a lot of people do, and it's been very, very fun to kind of find my way, and this group has made it amazing for me. So.
And what do you think the ceiling for this team is?
I think that we can go as far as. I think we have the chance to go as far as we set our minds to. We are high achieving. We are definitely competitive. So I'm excited to see where the dice roll. I know for me, I want to make some deep playoff runs in both the ACC and the March Madness tournament, and I think that's something that this team is very, very capable of.
When you came to campus, were you surprised at how the chemistry worked with this team, just how close you guys all became so quickly?
Yeah, I think it's very special to find a team where everybody gets along the way this team does. And I feel like you might hear that from a lot of different programs, but for us it's very, very real. And it just makes showing up to practice that much more fun, and it makes going out and competing with each other that much more special. So.
What have been some of your favorite off-the-court activities? Bonding? I've heard a lot about the Love Island Bachelorette stuff.
Yes. Definitely those in the dorms like to get together and we watch a lot of different shows. Right now we're in our Dancing with the Stars era, so we've been watching that a lot. Some of the girls off campus also come over and we've been watching some of that stuff, but also we go out to eat lots together. We like to go on a bunch of crumble runs, lots of different trips around campus, so it's just been really, really fun.